Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Unity of the Palm Beaches. It's wonderful to see everyone. We have a full house today. I'm happy to be here and grateful for your presence with us this morning. And to our online audience, thank you for your virtual presence and energy. We can feel your support. Those of you who are here with us in the sanctuary, we ask that you take a moment to turn your cell phones completely off. Thank you very much for that. And now, Reverend Taylor, please open us up in prayer.
Thank you, Pamela. Thank you, Augie. Isn't he great? We have a phantom David who should be running in here any moment. But we have Chase here, thank you. And thank you for being here. So let's breathe together, shall we? Consciously. Ah, what a gorgeous day out there, isn't it? To feel the beauty of creation and know that creation is not separate from us, that we are a part of the one creation. And as part of the one creation, we are each of us co-creators, moment by moment, calling forth the beauty, the truth of all that is. We gather here this morning to uplift ourselves, each other, and our world. Each and every moment we dedicate to that upliftment. We are the truth we have been waiting for. In this realization, we are indeed grateful. Yes? That's pitiful. Yes? Better. And with gratitude, we say, and so it is. Together with me, Amen. Thank you.
Reverend Taylor, thank you so much. If this is your first time at Unity of the Palm Beaches, please raise your hand so we can welcome you. There we go. Thank you. Welcome. Whether you're attending in person or online, we sure appreciate that you've chosen to spend your Sunday morning with us and invite you to join us after service for refreshments in the social hall. Once again, welcome. I encourage you to keep up with what's going on here at Unity of the Palm Beaches by reading the announcements on the screen before service. They include information about our ministry events, activities, and Unity's 5 basic principles. You might also want to sign up for our weekly e-newsletter, Conscious Connection, and you may do so on our website, unitypalmbeach.com. It's a special day here at Unity. It is the member induction day. I'd like to call up our board president, Jim Chamberlain, to welcome the new members to our community. Jim?
Wow, this is great. Look at this. This is fantastic. This morning I have the privilege to recognize and induct the new members into our community. So I'm going to read 5 names. If you would please stand up so we could recognize you, and we'll make a few remarks. Kelly Chakowski. Kim Hale. Janet Hostetler. Not here today, okay. Greta Sinclair. Hey, Greta. And Michael Stone. Hey, Michael. It's a special day here at Unity where we welcome these new members who are making a commitment to our Unity community. And we celebrate that they are making an active contribution to the awakening of the world. They're deepening their dedication to personal spiritual awakening and committing to living by the principle to co-create a world that works for all. Congratulations to each one of you and welcome to our community.
Thank you, Jim, and welcome new members. And now for a reading from the Daily Word. Today's word is wholeness, and the affirmation is wholeness is the unshakable truth of me. It is comforting to remember no matter what may happen to me in the world, I'm always whole. Even during times of illness or insufficiency, my true nature is of divine wholeness. Worldly situations will always be in a state of flux, changing and shifting in ways I cannot control. I do what I can to tend to my health and other material needs, but I do not worry over things I cannot control. Instead, I rely upon my prayer life and other spiritual practices to claim my wholeness. This is the enduring truth of who I am, whole and complete, regardless of any outside circumstance or appearance. How liberating it is to know that I'm secure in God and complete at all times, spiritually perfect and infinitely blessed. And from Scripture, Colossians 2, 9-10, for in him the whole fullness of deity dwells bodily, and you have come to fullness in him, who is the head of every ruler and authority. Please say with me the affirmation. Wholeness is the unshakable, eternal truth of me. In unity, we acknowledge and we celebrate the power of prayer. We acknowledge that prayer is how we align with and affirm the absolute truth of what God is. We pray not to change outer conditions, rather we pray to change consciousness and so to change ourselves. We allow for a change in our thoughts, feelings, and attitudes, thus deeply knowing our connection within the Spirit of God. Our prayer chaplain this morning is Lila, who will be bringing up our prayer box that contains your prayer intentions and lighting the Christ candle. Our chaplains are available to pray with you following our service. We welcome you to sing with us before and after meditation. Lila, please come forward.
I invite you to relax down into your body and onto the chair upon which you sit. feeling your breath. Feeling the breathing of the breath. In doing so, feel the awareness that naturally expands. Becomes more spacious. More inclusive. This spacious awareness watches the thinking that continues. It allows for any extraneous sounds that occur in this space. It embodies the truth of that lyric. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper. And so go more deeply into your heart. Feeling the natural shift of energy. And know that that shift in energy the felt sensing of the heart is prayer. Feel your heart go deeper into God. The God that you are already within. That is life. That is love. We release the words and the intentional sounds in order to go even deeper into God. Be still. as we bring back the music, words, lyrics. Continue to feel the depth of your heart. Continue to feel God. And so it is. Amen.
Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear? Well, so let that lonely feeling wash away. Maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And oh, someone will come running, and I know they'll take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your head and look around, you will be found. You will be found. There's a place where we don't have to feel unknown, and every time you call out, you're a little less alone. If you only say the word, from across the silence, your voice is heard. dark comes crashing through, when you need someone to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your head and look around. You will be found. You will be found.
Thank you, Chase. Thank you, David. Thanks, Chase. I especially appreciate Chase today, who has a matinee down in Delray, but still agreed to come and sing for us. Yay! Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Love this guy.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. He will be at the Delray Beach Playhouse doing Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, I think. Yeah, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. So, commercial break. Support our artists. That song is from the musical Dear Evan Hansen. It won a number of Tony Awards some years ago. Fantastic. Anybody see Dear Evan Hansen? A few of you. So I love that shows are touring now. You know me, one of my vices is heading to New York a few times a year. So I was blessed to be able to see that on Broadway. But it's a coming-of-age story, fascinating storyline. And though it is a coming-of-age musical, we're all coming of age, right? Like, while the messages are geared to youth, to teenagers in that specific storyline, it's a message that really points to, I think, what is deeply true in all of us, regardless of our age. And it is that everybody needs to be seen, to be heard, and to be felt. And I want you to breathe that in. Everybody. Now, not everyone knows it. Not everyone would identify it in the words that I am using. However, everyone in this human predicament, in this human storyline, everyone needs to be seen, to be heard, and to be felt. And I would offer to you that that doesn't always happen out there, does it? And maybe even less so than it used to, because I can't compete with Facebook. Apparently. I cannot compete with the latest iPhone. And people seem a whole lot more interested in the device than they do often in seeing and hearing and feeling other human beings. And so here at Unity of the Palm Beaches, perhaps you will join me in a deep realization that we come together. I remind you of what you already know. I've said that before, but I'm going to say it again, because if you think you come here to learn something that you do not know, you are mistaken. You come here, as we all come here, to remember the truth that is already a part of us. One person gets it. Gee, whoever clapped, I feel seen and heard and felt. Are you with me? Are you tracking with that? That the purpose of spiritual community, the purpose of, wouldn't be framed this way very often, but the purpose of church, of synagogue, of mosque, of sangha, of every gathering of a spiritual nature is so that we remember the truth that is within our being, regardless of what we call it. Regardless of what we call it. And we come together to really see each other, to see beyond just the storyline, beyond the body. I really want people at this age to see beyond my body. We want to be heard. We want to know that when we speak, someone is listening. Anybody else agree that we're losing that in our culture? And it's heart-wrenching at times, isn't it? Because of that deep, it's a hardwired need within us. And we need to be felt. And this is what I personally feel is most missing. Is that maybe somebody's looking at us, maybe not, but maybe they appear to be hearing us, but are they feeling our being? Do we feel that we are being felt? Do you know what I mean by that? Do you feel that you are being felt when you communicate with someone? That's what intimacy is all about. And though often when I'm up here and I'm speaking, it appears that I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking with you. We are having a communion. And let me tell you, you think you're sitting out there doing nothing, just absorbing or listening? No. I am playing off of you every single moment. Do you hear me? People say, how do you do what you do, especially now? And I'm like, number one, I don't think that my personality self gets up here and does this. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's downloading the cosmic. And I'm downloading, and then I'm uploading to you. And sometimes when I'm up here, I am privy that some of you are really feeling this experience with me. You're listening, you're seeing me, and you're feeling it. And when that happens, this is transformative. It's transformative. So that song, did you hear the lyric to that song? You will be found. This is kind of like, in a way, the great Lost and Found. I just thought of that. Well, right? I don't know about you, but when I first went to a Unity 38 years ago, something like that, when I first went there, I was so lost. I was in so much pain. I was caught in the web of my story. I was caught in the web of addiction. And see, the religion of my youth was not user-friendly. It didn't help me in this lost state that I was living in. And I walked into that first Unity of New York, Eric Butterworth. And let me tell you, I walked in, I was so lost, I didn't understand a word that man was saying for months. But I knew somehow that lost feeling was shifting. And I was beginning to find something that I knew, though I didn't intellectually understand it, I knew that it was the answer. I didn't even know what the question was. But I knew that I had found an answer. So that brokenness began to be healed. And it is still being healed. I am still, as our daily word says, I'm still becoming whole. Whole, right? How about you? Huh? So that's my promise to you. As long as I'm the leader here, I will see you. And I will listen to you. And I will feel your heart. And you don't need to walk in here. Now get this. Y'all relax a little bit. Y'all like this. You don't need to walk here with your unity face on. Do you hear me? So somebody, beloved, said to me this morning, I'm in a snit. You need to talk me out of that. I'm not here to talk you out of your snits. Snits are okay with me. Because human beings have snits. Do you? Most people are amateur at snits compared to what I can do. Right? But see, here, though, all behaviors are not welcome here. Because everyone needs to be safe. So everyone is welcome, all behaviors are not. This is a safe zone. So we need to be respectful of each other. And you can hear someone without having to correct them. You can listen to somebody's current plight and not have to offer what you see as the solution. Imagine that. But I stay. Yeah. This is a place of belonging. Does it make your heart, anybody, one person feel a little flutter when I said that? This is a place of belonging. But right now in our culture, we don't have a culture of belonging because we're not seeing, we're not really listening or hearing, and we're not feeling. We've deadened because there is so much pain in our world. Have you noticed? Right? There's a collective pain, a collective grief that if you come to a unity, like I think there was at least one or two people that haven't been here before. So let's break the illusion from the beginning. If you're here for the first time, everything is welcome here in terms of what we hold and what we embrace. So belonging for me means that everything belongs here. That everything is welcomed. Because until you allow everything to belong, until you allow everything to be welcomed, until everything is accepted, it cannot be healed and you will not be whole. Now, so bring your snits. You are not permitted to smack anyone. You are permitted to feel what you are feeling. There's room here for you exactly as you are today. Is that appealing to anyone here? Right? So in a world that is so filled with pretense, spiritual communities tend to be filled with pretense. Somebody had to tell you. We think we have to look a certain way, behave a certain way, exclude all that we think is not acceptable about us. That is not an alive and transformative spiritual community. This is where we step out of that. We step out of that and we come here. And the invitation is to be real, to be honest, to allow some vulnerability. Ooh. Don't you hate that word? Vulnerability. Like maybe, like we're gonna get Diane. We're gonna get a bin at the back door, and it's gonna have a sign that says defenses. And then when you walk in, symbolically at least, drop a defense or two in there. And come in here knowing that you don't have anything to defend in this space. Can you exhale? Nothing to defend, nothing to protect against. And when you come into a space that has that energy, you really get deeply what that lyric means. You will be found. That there's somebody here, like we have a chaplain every week that will pray with you if you choose. After the service, a chaplain will pray with you. There are people here who will listen to you, who will see you, who will know that there is a bigger truth even when you're in your snitty story. See, the temptation is to run with that person's story, isn't it? So they're in a snit, so you're going to augment their snit by agreeing with the snit. You think you're in a snit, listen to mine, right? And then that energy gets augmented and magnified and expanded. And there's more snit. It's such a temptation, isn't it? And we think somehow that if we join in it, that somehow that is supporting the person. That is not really supporting the person. Now, you listen, but you don't need to join in. See, that's not belonging. We're hardwired for belonging. We are programmed for fitting in. I'm going to let that land. Because I just gave you some damn good news. Do you know the difference You are hardwired for belonging. There is ultimately one of us here. Now you all hear, we are one. We are one. Until you say something I don't like. And then all of a sudden, it doesn't feel like it's you against me. No, we are all one. One. And that's how we are literally hardwired. That is a truth that is inviolate. We will always be one, whether you're in a snit or not. However, in our culture, we are programmed to fit in. So even though we look so sophisticated in our current culture, we are still and always will be tribal beings. Are you with me? We are tribal beings. And as tribal beings, and there's all sorts of this. There are families, there are schools, there are religions, there are political, there's all types of tribes. And tribes have beliefs and rules, and tribes have musts. And in order to stay in the tribe, you must subscribe to the beliefs and the rules. And when you break the rules, you get booted out of the tribe. As a tribal organism, and especially as children, we need the tribe to survive. Are you following me? You have to have that. So that, again, we're told how we have to show up in order to stay and to survive. Now, tribal consciousness is everywhere. We're seeing it everywhere. And it is the tribal consciousness that goes to battle with other tribal consciousness. Here, or in spiritual communities, we, for the most part, we can acknowledge that we are part of a tribe and that we grew up with certain beliefs, rules, and musts. However, as evolving, awakening spiritual beings, the tribal programming that allows us to fit in no longer fits. It doesn't fit anymore. It doesn't feel right. But for a long time, and for me, it was as a child, I thought, I'm being taught all of this. I'm being told that it's true, and something is really off about this. But see, I wasn't allowed to say that. At church, I was so involved in my evangelical church, and you know what? There was something about it that never quite worked. But what was going on at home, another tribe, which really didn't work, there was something way off about that. So that was so painful that I ran to the evangelical tribe because it was easier than the family. And then, though it is hard to imagine because of my current machismo, see, I had to try, and can you imagine, hide that as well. Because I didn't fit in, because the cultural tribe said, boys are with girls. Not girls are with girls or boys. No, this is the way it is. And in order to stay in this tribe, you got to pretend you are something other than you are. And do you know how, some of you do, how damaging that is to the heart? To be so afraid to be who you are because you will be booted out and you will not survive. But see, fitting in only works so long. In order to fit in, you cannot be authentic. You've got to speak tribal language. You have to hold tribal beliefs. You have to show up as a member of, we should all get t-shirts that say tribe, right? Because you wouldn't be here, and maybe some of you won't by next week, but right now you're here. And we are, as I often say, and this I say with a warmth in my heart, with a love in my heart, we are tribal misfits. And I don't know about you, but I do not want to fit in to this world. I don't want to fit in. Right? So I'm happy for people to look at me like, what is up with him? Right? Because if we come together, now listen to me carefully. This is a place of belonging. I invite you to risk, to open your hearts, and to allow this to be a place of belonging. And then watch how often you try to fit in, and fitting in and belonging do not go together. They just don't go together. So authenticity and active participation is required to actually belong. You got to show up real. You got to speak what is true for you, even if it doesn't coincide with Myrtle Fillmore. Can you imagine? You know who Myrtle Fillmore is? You know the co-founders of Unity, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore? Especially Myrtle, but Charles later. Do you know what misfits they were in the world? See, this is based, all of this is based on misfits, on people who said, okay, I get it. This is my tribe. I acknowledge what I was taught tribally. I had to believe that. I had to speak it. I had to live from it in order to be fed, to be sheltered, in order to feel like there was a place of fitting in. But fitting in is the booby prize. And the Fillmores said, this is what the culture says. This is what religion says. However, we're going to refute that. We're going to speak a different truth, a broader truth, a higher truth. We're going to say, the culture says, you get cancer, it's a death sentence. That's what the culture says, still to this day, largely. You hear somebody, I just had this week, somebody said, oh, I've got pancreatic cancer. And everyone around goes, oh God. Now, if you care about somebody and they have a diagnosis like that, your heart is you're going to go through a process. However, what the Fillmores taught us is that isn't necessarily a death sentence. There is a healing power in prayer. There's a healing power in belonging. You bring your diagnosis here, and we're not going to treat you like you're out the door in 5 months. Now listen to me, cancer survivor. You might be out the door in 5 months, but there's something bigger than that that is within you. Your belonging is not limited to just the human experience or a human pathology. The truth of you is a transcendent truth that we are here to remember. You already know it because it's in you. And then we speak a different language than the tribe in which we grew up. Have you noticed that I'm not evangelical anymore? Trust me, I am not speaking my family language. I bless my tribal programming. I needed that to get here. I needed it. I know that it was a part of my curriculum. And I don't live from that anymore. So I'm here to see the people, our new members. Yes, welcome, welcome. And this is the dynamic. I'm very consciously languaging this. We had 15, 16 people who were going to be members. We had 5 that outlasted my description. It sounds like a good idea, but not everybody needs to be a member. Do you hear me? I don't even remember who are members and who are not. I don't minister differently to members or non-members. Do you hear me? I want you to get this. There's no difference. I don't minister differently to people who give bunches of money and people who give $1. I don't know that. I don't want to know that. But membership is an amplified addition, if you will, of belonging. Membership is based and steeped and rooted in attendance. Wait. Attendance, giving, and service. And we're members not just for ourselves, but because we are committed that this will be here for future generations. We are committed to having a space where we can come together and transcend what is tribal. We come together because a world of spirit is a priority for us. And let me tell you, belonging requires an active participation. It requires authenticity. It requires vulnerability. It requires conviction. It requires showing up. I know that this is not popular, and I know when I speak this kind of speak that the temptation is, see, you know what I'm really good at? You know what I'm really good at? I don't deliver messages to keep people here. Because it's too much for some people. So if somebody last week told me that I'm really confrontive. Taylor Stevens is really confrontive. I thought, damn, that sounds good. You pay me, I get paid for this. Isn't that ridiculous? I am confronting the part of you that wants to fit into a comfort zone, when in fact we are responsible to belonging. You belong to me, like it or not. You belong to me. You are in my heart. I care about you. And whether or not you welcome me is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. I got over that a long time ago. I've been doing this a long time. And I've watched countless times people become members and 3 weeks later they disappear. You know why that is? The big C word. Now, there's been an evolution in C words. Liam, don't listen. And it used to be taboo to say condom. It used to be taboo to say, well, it's taboo today to say cigarette. You walk into the drugstore, you say, give me a pack of condoms and some cigarettes. right? Then it was like, give me some cigarettes and some condoms. The big C word is commitment. Commitment. So if we want to belong, you have to be committed and responsible to your belonging. If I want to belong to you, then I'm going to be here with you exactly the way you are, snit or not. That's wholeness. And whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Do you hear me? Whole is greater than the sum of its parts. So however many people are in this room right now, there's something greater than us, because each of us, to varying degrees, we're bringing a level of commitment to the truth, a commitment to growth, a commitment to not fitting in, but to belonging to something greater. You may not say that to yourself while you're driving here, but I promise you, that's true. You showing up here changes our world. And let me tell you, at this point in my life, if I didn't believe that, I would be home. I'm an extreme introvert, so people are not my comfort zone. And I'm a minister of 30 plus years. Go figure. Right? But see, God is relating, God is connection, and God is belonging. You will only know God to the degree that you know it in yourself and in someone else. You've got to belong in here first, and then you choose to belong. This is a new tribe. Look around you. We're a good-looking group, aren't we? Jeez. Right? But this I know for sure, and maybe I'm done, maybe I'm not. We are wounded in relationship, and we will only heal in relationship. Did you hear me? Write that down. We are wounded in relationship, and we are healed in relationship. And so whoever hurt you, wherever they are right now, you can heal here. Because you are going to, I promise you this, you are going to see somebody in this group who reminds you at some level of the person that hurt you. And in this environment, we can transform and transmute that. So maybe you had a family member that had a lot of snits. So then you choose to bless and embrace someone here that is in a snit. And that energy is transformed. You work it out with people in your new tribe, in the Unity tribe. Unity of the Palm Beaches is a tribe for global transformation. Yes? 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 So I'm going to end now. Tomorrow, March 23rd, 12 years with this tribe. I'm going to go back. I'm going back to my evangelical languaging. 12 years. Jesus Christ. And it looks like before I'm done, it'll be 15. But we'll take it one day at a time. And so it is. Mwah. You belong to me.
Thank Thank you very much, Reverend Taylor, and happy anniversary. 3 more years, eh? Thank you so much. Yes. What did you just say? Unity of the Palm Beaches is a tribe for global transformation. I think that's a perfect way to end this wonderful service. Very good. Thank you. We rely on your donations to sustain the ministry and to help us spread the unity message to everyone who needs to hear it. We ask that you share an offering with us today as our ushers carry the baskets through the sanctuary. If you don't have an offering with you, you may make a donation online, unitypalmbeach.com, and the recurring donations if you haven't already done so. Will our ushers please come forward? Please hold your offering in your hand, and if you're watching online, please scan the QR code that will take you to our donate page and go to unitypalmbeach.com/donate. Let's say our offertory prayer together. The inexhaustible substance of Spirit flowing freely through me blesses and increases all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I allow. I give, and so it is. Thank you to everyone who assisted in our service today. And as a reminder, please join us after service in the social hall for refreshments. One more reminder is that Temple Bethel is a kosher facility, so please do not bring food from home. As we close, please remember that we share the sanctuary with Temple Bethel, so be sure to remove all personal items, pens, papers, and trash. As a reminder, our chaplains are available to pray with anyone who needs prayer after service, right up front, so we'll just quietly leave through the back, and you may go to the social hall right from here. Please rise as we affirm our prayer for protection. Together, the light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Remaining where you are, let's sing together. Let there be peace on earth, and have a wonderful week.